literally my pack blade. It's like it's mentally bonded to me.
Well, my armor class is
Take 2. It is Wednesday, the 29th of November, 2023, and we're playing the second session for 2023 of Curse of Strahd.
Alright, so Doug leads you to a grey and rotting cabin that has, to put it politely, seen better days. More of a shack. It slumps to the right. Its roof is given in one corner, and it's clear by the gaps in the walls that the cabin can keep out neither rain nor cold. From within, you hear wheezing, a baby crying, and curiously enough, the snapping of fingers.
We've done this bit.
I'm recapping.
Sorry.
It's ironic, really, says Doug. Darwin complained about this cabin for years, slated it for demolition several times, but never got around to it. A cantankerous voice bursts out from the cabin, all but shouting, Dog! Dog! Who by all the bloody gods are you talking to? Get in here, you fool! Get in here and be quiet! Dog looks at you and sighs, and this is where we left off last time. Fathers-in-law, am I right?
Is this after we got attacked by clubs?
Yes.
Yeah.
This was the very end of the last session. Very end of the last session. So he goes to, he walks past you and walks into the cabin. You see when the door opens, you see there are a few figures inside. You do notice a woman that's holding a small baby and trying to comfort it, and it keeps crying. But you can see that other people in the cabin, it's sort of fairly dark inside as well. He has disappeared from view.
He only has proficiency in simple weapons, according to this.
Alright.
Just let him
Yeah,
add to.
just have it, people homebrew it. Just do it.
Yeah.
5, it'll make you happy. Do it. +5.
My pack blade.
Yes, your pack blade. Have your pack blade. Go on. We've homebrewed it. Just have your pack blade. Everybody agrees that you can have it. So anyway, he he disappears from view.
Just confused.
Don't be confused anymore. We're trying to continue with the story. Alright, you don't do anything. Are we done for the night? That's awesome. I'm glad it took me ages to set up that freaking map.
There's two things I want to know.
Yes.
One is, we did talk with this Dark guy before. I don't remember all the details of the conversation. So something, the Wizards of Wine were definitely mentioned at some point.
The weed starters, they burnt them down.
Are these guys the Wizards of the Wine?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
is he actually a Wizard of the Wine, or is he a servant of the Wizard of the Wine?
He's a family member of the Wizards
He's a
of the Wine.
family member.
So he may not be an actual Wizard of Wine, but he's related to a Wizard of Wine.
In other words, have we found the fucking Wizard of the Wine or not?
That is a mystery
I
that will
believe so.
never be answered.
Now, apparently, he didn't he say last time he was?
What?
Oh, they're in the wine business.
Yes.
Definitely said that.
Yes.
I'll just
That's-
ask him. I'll just
Yes,
ask him.
for
He's
out.
gone
God's sake,
inside.
ask him.
Well, I'll go inside after him then.
Alright.
Because
You
are
walk
we
in.
invited in? Because I'm a vampire and I can't go. No, he's a vampire. He can't go in without.
There's no
invitation.
such thing as vampires. They're werewolves pretending.
He can't go in without invitation. He has to be invited.
Alright, so you walk in. You're first in. I imagine a few others are following. You'll find out in time. Dave, you see...
A scene of horror.
No, it's not a scene of horror. At last, it's not a scene
I'm
of horror.
disappointed.
A scene of domestic desperation.
You see that there are a few
the
people
egg.
in this small cottage. What really stands out to you is that there is a elderly sort of man, a little bit older than Doug, but you can sort of see the family resemblance. He's sitting in a chair, and you think this bloke has seen better days. Like
This
his
is the
health,
father-in-law. Because if there's a
Yes.
family resemblance, I'm a little concerned.
his yeah, they all look alike. Yeah, anyways, right? What can we do?
Do they all look like Jeffrey Rush?
Yep, they all look. Let's go with that. He looks like Jeffrey Rush.
Because I've done enough genetics to be concerned about if you'd look like your father-in-law.
Yep.
That might be a bit
Look,
concerning.
it's Barovia. What can you do?
Yeah.
So, and the guy doesn't look in good
I
health.
assume everybody looks
You
like
can
a
see,
cartoon version of their
and
own
you now realise that the wheezing sound that you could hear outside is in fact coming from
Well,
this bloke.
I did work on that assumption. Yeah.
Quick, ask your question before you do
There's
it.
Can I do something?
there's as I said, a woman holding a baby. There is a young boy over to the left-hand side of you that is basically sitting on the floor, and he's sort of like he's got his hands around his knees, and he's just like rocking backwards and forwards quietly.
Children.
I thought you said this wasn't a scene of horror. Traumatized children isn't horrific anymore.
He's a teacher. He
We've
sees
seen
that
so
every
many
day.
of them.
We should just slap him like Patton.
Okay.
You're
So
contemplating that.
when
now, aren't
when you walk in, this elderly or older man looks at you with quite surprise, and he turns to Dark, who you notice has moved over a bit further to the left, and he looks at Dark and he goes, "Who the bloody hell is this?"
We have come seeking the wizards of the wine.
There's not, and then Dark actually puts his hand up
Oh,
to you, and he says,
It's a non-attractive.
Dark says, Darvian, please, these people are here to help. In fact, they've helped me just recently. We were attacked on the road back here. If it wasn't for these people, I possibly would have died.
How many people are here?
At the moment, you can see about 4.
Okay.
You can see about 4 people.
There's not many wizards
within the
left.
So I'm going to cast Goodberry, which allows up to 10 berries to appear in my hand that are infused with magic. A creature can use its action to eat 1 berry. Eating a berry restores 1 hit point and provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day.
Okay. So it'll heal them a bit, or
Well, it'll give them some food, because aren't they short of food? I thought they were short of food.
yeah, a little bit. Okay, so you cast this and tell me what you do. Then. So what, these berries just appear in your hand?
Yep.
Okay. So what do you wish to do now?
These magical berries will sustain you and, with health for the day. You will not need to eat anything else. I offer it to you as a gift.
You see that kind of Darvian looks at the berries, looks up at you,
Oh shit, that's a druid spell, isn't it? Oh no, I'm a ranger. It's all right.
and
You're not anything. You're a woman.
I'm not
Stop
anything.
that.
I don't mean it like. Well,
Yes, you do.
But he's referring to his other character.
yeah, he looks at you with a bit of suspicion as you hold these out. So I'm just gonna roll for him.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm some rando with berries. I could be anybody.
They might be poisoned. Why have they have brown writing on brown paper?
Oh, I know it pisses
For
me off.
flavour.
It looks
But
beautiful.
cool.
No, they should be beaten.
I think it's to make it harder to
It is
photocopy.
exactly right. Although these days nobody should care about that, do you?
Which is
Just get a PDF
plagiarise
or
the PDF.
Mm.
You don't know how to
he
read
kind of looks you up and down, and he goes, "We're fine."
And I just wasted a spell slot.
And then, from just slightly out of you,
I'm proficient with my pack weapon.
a younger girl,
Hmm.
she comes around the corner and she goes, "Father, don't be so rude." And she walks over to you and she says, "Thank you,"
Yeah.
and puts out her hands.
There's 1 berry for each person. I can have up to 10, so if there's 5 people.
Okay.
I don't
I'm
go
going
to
to
anything
retcon that
else,
I
but
made
get
5
it
instead of
for
4.
All right. So you hand. She wants to take all the berries. You just give them to her.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just,
And
sorry,
then
I
she-
just
and
left the
then
room at
she-
the wrong moment. How did you get berries?
Okay.
It's a ranger spell. I can just make them appear magically
It's a
in
cantrip.
my hand
She's a ranger?
once
Yeah.
per day.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I didn't realise.
What you do notice then is she has taken them. She turns and kind of looks out of the corner of her eye and makes sure that her father's looking at you and not her, and she quickly eats one. So, and she has the other 4.
Hopefully she gives them to
Isn't that the idea?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the idea is that they eat them because, they're short of food. They already said as much last time. I remember something from last session.
Oh, good.
It was that.
You know that this is a magical weapon that just appears.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Why?
He summons out of hammer space, yes.
that's why I
What are we
chose
talking
it.
about now?
Right, okay.
Oh, he's
Oh, he's magic
talking
sword.
about how much can his character is.
Yeah.
That's what he always,
No,
that's what he always talks about.
I'm +3 with my other 2 weapons, but I'm +5 with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have proficiency with the other 2. That's
Yeah.
so that's wrong. So I've just altered that. It's fixed. Like any normal human can keep track of all this.
Alright.
I'd say you're not trying.
Anyway, I did say we're seeking the Wizards of Wine. Nobody responds to that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you've
I'm apparently leading negotiations this evening.
Apparently, yeah.
I'm just looking in the door.
Doug, can you?
I can't even remember why we're seeking the Wizards of Wine. We had a mission. at
We
some
had to
point in
get
the past.
wine to
We-
take it back to the town.
Both
For
towns.
that.
Valaki wants wine, the Tavern at Valaki, and Crest wants wine too. So we're going.
I
to
say we
Valaki
should put a
first.
premium on it.
Anyway,
Darwin looks at you and goes, "Why do you seek these people?
we seek the wine.
For which purpose?"
We have a fetch quest.
There are those without who would like wine within.
Well, what you just said. So what did you say? You said that we were sent here
Is
to
the,
get wine. We were
is
sent
the
here
video
from
actually
the tavern keeper
Alright,
in
I'm sorry.
Valaki wants us to get
Yep.
some wine,
It's
and
counting.
Crest wants us to get
Alright.
wine as payment for all the free board and meals.
You're not
that
there,
we
are you,
get.
Ray?
Okay, so
Well, if I
So
look-
we need-
if I
we
look
need
at
wine
this
for
one,
that.
Don't lean forward, Ray.
Well, it wasn't free. They
There we
expected us to do work for them, like get them wine from the wizards.
They didn't extract blood from us while we were asleep or anything like that. Not that
Apparently
we're
not.
aware of.
Well, Urban had his brain sucked out, but that's another problem.
Yeah.
That's never.
the look on your face there was beautiful. Wasn't it?
So that's more or less in précis what I say.
I'm half expecting it to be that
Nothing
woman
about
we
Urban getting his
rescued.
brain sucked out.
Can you?
But-
Can you give me a persuasion roll then, please?
Yes.
D20. What's
I
the
roll a
persuasion?
d20.
Yep, and then add.
What is
I
it?
have my persuasion skill of +7 because I'm a maze pants.
She's a
Thank
base
God.
pair.
What is that charisma?
I roll crap though, but 4 + 7 is 11. Charisma is 19, thank you very much.
You actually.
I'm
No, hang
That's
on,
a nice
hang on, hang on, hang
I'm
on.
the most wonderful
Because
person.
Darvian, so what I should have said, I'm going to retcon that a little bit. Because Darg has spoken up for you, and because Darvian actually believes that maybe you did help out on the road, I should let you roll with advantage.
What does that mean? I
You
get
get
to
to
roll?
read
You
it.
Roll
you-
twice
You
and
roll
you
twice
take
and
the
take the
highest.
high.
That's
Oh,
good
thank
because
God.
the next time I got 16 + 7
so you can
would
use
be
that one.
23.
That'd be fair enough, because you had someone speak up for you that he knows.
23.
Okay.
Excellent. Best Banks impersonation. Excellent.
Darvian says, "We are the owners of the Wizard of Wines."
The owners?
It's a brand name. Just
there is no actual wizards as such.
Oh, we like to think
it's
of
the
ourselves.
it's a business name.
No, if you try my wine, we are.
You
in
are
fact,
wizards of wine.
I
wine.
have tried your wine. It is most excellent.
It is wizardry itself.
I did not know you drank wine.
I
Now,
always
in your
drink
latest
wine.
troubles, however,
Yes.
I assume you have no stock of
He
wine
gave me that option.
with you,
Mhm.
but rather
Yes.
is it been left behind?
We
I
fled.
had it with what's
We
his
fled
face.
for our very lives
Yes, and wine
and
is
escaped to this
not. Wine
cabin.
is not a
Very
priority
hungry.
when you're fleeing from
Might
the
as
very
well have
line.
been.
The wine has been
Ricardo.
left at the winery.
And the winery has been taken over by these vines.
I think it was
Yes.
that.
Now they were sent by druids.
Uh,
You are blaming druids for your misfortunes.
yes.
We know it
Yeah.
was druids because there was a druid controlling those things.
And
with
we
the
actually
cactus.
saw somebody
We
saw
them.
one of them.
Let's get some information about them, please.
Okay.
At this point, he turns and he says, "Doug, this gentleman," as he kind of looks you up and down, "requires some of our best wine. Please go and fetch some."
Why are you looking at him? He's outside.
No, he's inside. He said he
Did
complimented him on the
anyone-
wine.
Did anyone give him permission to enter?
I'm at the door. You said it's a shack. I'm assuming they can see and hear me.
Yes, I can. Well,
Do
you
have
talked
your
to him.
cloak up?
You said, I have tried some of your wine and I liked it, so I assumed you were inside.
Hang on.
That's true. You would have had to have stuck your head through the window or something
Yeah,
during
that's
that
true.
conversation for that.
I assumed then, therefore, you followed him in if you were going to talk to him.
Okay.
How would you talk to him from outside? Were you yelling out in the distance?
Or am I identifying as a male?
Oh, Jesus.
No, I'm
What are your
I'm not,
pronouns?
don't worry.
The-
In this case, it'll be she.
Thank
she
you.
and her, thank you.
Excellent.
I haven't seen the most recent Doctor Who special.
Oh, Tony.
pronouns
No,
are
I'm not
the.
talking about it.
What?
I'm not talking about it.
Thee and thine.
No,
Oh.
just the me.
Anyway,
I'm still annoyed at Davros.
No,
Actually, I'm not.
I heard he was a racist. We should cancel Davros.
That children's
Many,
special
many
was
people
great.
have been
Have
fixing
you
me
seen
over
it?
my World War II
They
TV
shoved the
series about
plunger
how
in.
Heinrich Himmler would never have black people in the SS.
You have a TV series?
So I called them racist and blocked them.
Whatever. Okay, so
Anyway, but maybe back to the story we're trying to tell.
Right.
We're trying to weave here
Yeah.
in a collaborative
wine
fashion.
for-
This is exactly what I'm after. Yeah.
Yes. So, where was we? We were getting wine for this guy.
yes.
Maybe I'll get some too, but he asked, so I guess it's going to him. Even though I gave him berries
Although,
Okay, so what are you asking? Let's move the story.
and
ahead.
wowed them with my
Come on.
personality as well.
What are you asking? So he's offered you some wine. Doug's going to get some wine. He's come back.
Where would we
Um,
find these druids? Do you think?
He's got a bottle and a couple of glasses.
oh, this
He
is
starts to
fantastic.
pour. That's what he's
Well,
like.
actually, we'll start with. Well, no, we'll start with.
What time of day
Where?
is it?
It's getting toward afternoon.
We don't want to do this at night.
Maybe it's the best time.
No, it is.
Well, maybe we
Get
should
drunk.
try and, camp out on the shack floor.
Yes,
Is it a
let's
shack
try and
or
do
is
that
it-
or something.
These guys are wizards
It's
of
not a
wine. They must have
lot.
an
It's not a
estate.
lot
It's
of
not a
room.
very big.
Remember
Yeah, they have an
the
estate.
estate
but it's
has been
not.
taken over.
It's
The
been
ship
taken
is the
over
only
by-
thing left for
Oh,
them.
right, yeah.
Remember he said he was going to knock it down like
I'm-
he did
yeah,
to
yeah.
go
I'm
to
curious
some
to know
It's
what-
not much bigger than a could have a shed.
We're
You sort of
travellers with
think
a
that they're
wagon,
very-
for frick's sake. We presume
And a dead body.
So we knocked down one
to
wall
bed.
and pushed the wagon in.
It would be really useful.
We have
if
everything we
if
need to bed
camp
down.
here for the night as long as we
What
can.
did we
or at least
do
have,
for the
if-
last
if,
week?
If it's the daytime, if we have a long rest in the day.
That's
And
also
then-
a good idea.
So, whatever we do now, we should plan not to do anything else.
It might be a
Yes.
long night
Yes.
of vine attacks. I'm just saying. I
Yes,
have a
but
funny
wouldn't you
feeling the
like-
treants will come out and attack
If
us.
it's about to be afternoon, then we've got a long rest ahead of us before night.
I'm about to have some wine.
That might help us with a
Let
long
us
rest.
continue to gather information.
You do
about
have some
the
wine in your hand. Do you
But
wish
I-
to taste it?
I wish I will taste it.
Okay.
Is it similar to the wine I've had previously?
Constitution roll.
Tastes like blood and
Good
ink
heavens.
Ah,
and mushroom.
Crushed brain juice.
free! I'm down and out.
You feel like it is a lot. Like it tastes brilliant, but it is a lot stronger than wine that you have tried somewhere. Previously in Barovia.
I've just died of pleasure.
So, Darwin's
Really did. What are you talking about?
Darwin's still talking to you, but he notices, like he notices him drink,
Again,
and then he looks across and he sees the bottle that Dag has brought out that Ludwig has just drunk, and
Ludovic.
So he looks around, and he goes, "Dag, the good stuff."
Why did you waste the good stuff?
Well,
So,
out of the game, he did say bring our best produce.
and he did. Like this is definitely cellar reserved,
subtext?
definitely reserved stuff.
Now we have a drunken vampire on the floor.
And Dag goes, "Shh, they're helping."
These druids, where would we find them if we were to try and talk to them and try and get ourselves out of this situation?
You'll find them in Druidia.
The druids have overtaken the winery.
So we should go.
Oh,
to the
so we
winery.
should go to the winery to get rid of
Makes
the druids.
sense.
But maybe we should
Yeah.
do that tomorrow.
Now,
Tomorrow,
why?
the druids
Because that's
will
how long
come
it'll
out
take me to recover.
tomorrow.
Sounds like a good idea. They're probably all drunk.
So-
Hopefully, if we're already lucky,
So they have regular grade and they have vampire grade.
we'll
don't they?
attack them while I've got hangovers.
So,
I rolled a one.
Why have they attacked the winery?
I believe I've
Two.
mentioned a long-term
Because that's
feud
people
with
from
them.
do.
Could we have details about that?
Yes,
Not my
that's
kind
a good
of druid.
question.
Thank you very much.
Are
Anyway,
you now in? I mean, like there's room, and like it's a small place, but you could all kind of be in at least
It's
the
at
front
least as big
section
as
of
an
it.
8-person tent.
It's
Sure.
a role-playing game. We all march in unison
Yeah.
to the back.
We're
And
always
nobody
everywhere
has a
at
problem
once.
with this.
We're always everywhere at once, and we can confer amongst ourselves at all times without anyone else noticing.
Psychic group chat.
Yes.
Let's kill them all.
Alright, so,
Also, nobody,
so Saxon,
nobody has a
what's
problem with us stealing anything that's not nailed down.
Saxon, what are you asking? What do you want
We
to ask him?
heard mention that there was some long-term dispute or contention or feud with the Druids. What is that about? Is we can find out the details and perhaps some details of them and their weaknesses.
I'm embarrassed to say that our family hails from these damn druid folk. My grandmother's mother
Who is also my sister.
danced under the moonlight with these wildlings.
That's so Lovecraft.
She worshipped the same gods that they worshipped. She obeyed the same traditions and partook in the same rituals as they did. But then these druids began to worship the devil himself.
Ooh.
For it is
The
known,
devil is Strahd.
Yeah.
for it is known across this land that it is said, he is the ancient, he is the land. And so she left them, not wishing to partake in such an atrocity. They have never forgiven her for leaving, nor have they ever forgiven us. But know this, they covet the very fertile land, as your friend can no doubt attribute to our excellent wine grows upon. It is the best soil in Barovia. Anywhere.
Some of the blood and bone.
I was about to say, how much blood bone went into it? Okay.
These druids have
Although for
fought
wine you want well-drained soil.
these filthy, stinky, horrible druids.
Druids.
Kill them all.
They vote for the Greens.
So we need wine. We
Yes.
need to get them to give us lots of wine, and we need to get rid of the druids in order to get the wine.
We need enough wine for two
Yeah,
people.
it's time for a stand-up fight with the Druids, I reckon.
Yep.
Well, after we had a nice sleep.
Yep.
And hopefully we don't
So
get
let's all
strangled
have a
by
sleep
vines.
and
Too late, I already am.
So we're camping outside?
Well camped inside, he reckons there's enough room.
Alright. We might need to defend the place overnight.
Oh yeah.
Don't
We'll
ask
do the
me.
standard watches.
Throw water on me if anything happens.
2 people, 3 people down. I mean, we've got a lot of time
Well,
till next
perhaps,
morning,
I mean,
unless they take
it's
us
a
at
plan,
night.
but we haven't actually confirmed it with Draven yet. He may have other ideas. He
Well-
may have other pointers which he might not.
We will
If-
look after these creatures for you.
I was still monologuing.
Yes. Pray continue.
Where was I?
Best
These-
land in all Barovia.
Yes, these
Oh, sorry. I'll keep speaking.
these damn druids and their vines. The vines just surprised us, attacked us. I feel so foolish now, but
These vines have nothing to do with your grapevines.
no, but they twisted and turned amongst them when we realized they weren't, in fact, harming the grapes, and they, in fact, encompassed the walls. And initially, Dag and I, we removed them. They removed very easily. Some we could just tear, some chop and gone, and they burn easy, and they were no problem to get rid of. But then, harvest, inclement weather, you worry about other stuff other than vines, and we came to sort of understand that the vines were just part of ambience. of the place?
Ambience.
That way.
Ambience.
The ambience of the place. And so,
Ambiance.
and you know what? And though
Ambience.
I feel, sorry, your name, sir.
You're for one.
Get him some wine. He's asked for some.
Have a
Careful.
constitution roll.
How much wine are they keeping in this shack?
I'll have some.
So, so Airful,
That's Barovia.
we
Plot device amount of leaders.
we talked and we thought the wine seems to taste better with these vines. Maybe they are a gift, and therefore increasing the fertility of our land. We had an abundance of
Are they dressed as
grapes.
bellhops?
So if we get rid of the druids, what chances that these wonderful vines will go away too? Although they're not wonderful all the time, they're a curse and a blessing.
100%.
How?
Is that wine going to go bad if we don't have the wine?
Well, it's not gonna be as good.
Their
It's not
wine
gonna
was
be as
fantastic
good.
before these vines ever turned up.
You know it's all powered by the great tree in the spirit world, fed by the blood of children.
No one
yeah.
does.
Get rid of the wine.
Where's
You
this-
don't know that, but Carrick
Well,
Fergus
Well,
does.
he can't
The
tell us
players do,
that,
and
so you
Carrick
shouldn't
does.
either.
Is that you being sarcastic, or is that actually?
Well, that's I'm interpreting things, but
Well,
I think the great tree is basically Strahd. He's drawing all the power of Barovia. He's drawing power to himself.
Well, as soon as he kills his druids, that'll weaken him.
Yeah. And the druids are his servants now, and he's using the power of nature in some sense. You know,
Do the druids play rugby?
could do.
What?
Yeah, they're Welsh druids. The best kind of druids.
Psychos.
Now, has
That's what
has
Caesar
the old
said.
man finished monologuing?
That's why he massacred them all.
Damn right.
Has the old man finished monologuing?
You can
Two men
ask
with
something.
miniskirts.
Yeah, I was just wondering. Have you found anything that works against these? When we fought these vines before, it was quite hard. Have you found anything that works for killing them?
The vines seem to be thicker now. When they were smaller, and I said we could simply just rip some away, or
They become
just
more powerful
just
over time.
cut them.
It's because they're fed by
Quickly.
the blood of children in the spirit world. Well, makes
Is there
sense to
anything
me.
that you can
You're a
think of that
Simeon.
Yes, I am.
that has been different that might have caused these vines to get stronger and bigger?
Yeah, druids.
It's
Because it sounds like you've had the feud with these druids for a long time.
Well,
What's changed
several
lately?
generations by the sounds of things.
Not really much of a feud on their part.
No,
They were just being passively doing their
More
own
like
thing
the
until they got
subject of a
attacked.
grudge.
That's it. Yeah. Well, it's a we maybe we're only getting part of the story. Maybe there's been generations of murder and deceit.
Maybe there's really good reasons.
Dimpery.
Maybe there's really good reasons a normal, nice person would worship an evil vampire that likes killing people.
You don't have to worship.
Do you
He
like killing
doesn't.
people?
Do you like feeding the blood of children to spirit trees?
Oh, I don't like doing that.
That's just
But he
messy.
didn't include that in his worship
messy.
recipe.
It's just messy. You just say contemplate that on the tree of world, because that's cool.
Crucify him.
Okay.
the
Best movie
the
ever.
vines, the roots.
I thought we were preparing for an eventual rule of the land.
They have become strong, which is why the other day we needed to flee. It is they have become too numerous, and we could hear the druids within our winery. We could hear them chanting and talking.
Within the winery,
Yep.
infiltrators.
Yeah, the druids have taken over the wine.
And we fled for our
Which is
very
why we're
lives.
going to do a full frontal attack of the winery tomorrow.
What could possibly go wrong?
And we
Nothing at
barely,
all. We have might on our side.
we
And
We
barely
have right on our side.
made it out alive.
And we have vine blight on our side.
As he says this, you can hear the wheezing has increased, right? But he places his rocking in his chair, and he puts his hands on his knees and he pushes up, and you can tell this is taking just about all the strength that he has. But he stands so he can make a point, and he comes closer over to you, Dave, and you, Pete, and he says, "It pains me to say this, but we Martikovs must turn to strangers in this very dark hour. But on behalf of Barovians everywhere, I ask all of you, reclaim our ancestral lands. Return the winery unharmed, or lest our people fall to the last despair. This winery, the wine, is the last remnants of good that keeps the people happy in this insane land." At which point they ask this, or of you, before you even have a chance to answer. Stefina, which is the young girl that took the berries, she turns to him and she goes, "Father, do not risk them. It is lost, Father. The winery is lost. Give it up." At which point he turns to her and he turns back to his chair and he goes, "No!" And he hits the table and he goes, "No, I will not!"
Could you not destroy my table?
That's pretty solid.
And then he looks at her and he goes, "Without the winery, we are not Martikovs."
Well
It's
said.
good Slavic passion. I like it.
Sorry, Dad.
It's all right.
It's not that.
You'll be fine. You'd have to
And there's this,
do a heartbeat.
there's this
I know, it is hard.
pause. Actually, nobody dares to speak.
Yep, we'll sort them out.
It
Guess
is
that's
done.
that's
Just
on our
give us-
that's on our to-do list for
Give us
tomorrow.
another wine to go to bed on.
I definitely
And
need
we'll
to
start-
definitely
we'll
need to have a
start-
rest so I can
we'll start.
refill my spell slots.
Yep, I think we need to rest as
I
well.
believe we might need a description of the area and perhaps some intel on what is the best way to approach this thing. We can probably get that without
Blunder down the path, tootling our horns.
We're gonna cut your tonkers
Alright,
off. We're gonna
so-
cut your tonkers off. Sorry,
He
psychological warfare.
So at this point, so after you've agreed to do something, he turns to you and he goes, "These vines, these plants, you have seen, they thirst for blood.
We'll have to stop there first.
I know a
If we
thing.
defeat the druids, we defeat the vines.
I know a thing or two about Druidism. My nan taught me, and her mother before her. As I fled our home, I saw this. I saw a green painted fool brandishing a staff.
Green painted fool.
Painted fool.
Okay.
Brandishing a staff made of wood that should not be.
What?
Destroy the staff.
It is clear that these fiends obey this creature.
Green painted
Fool.
They shuddered as he waved this staff about. And when it dropped from his grasp, they hissed. And
the
then
hell?
he said some words in some druidic
Is this a
tongue
lizard guy?
that I have not heard since my nan conversed with me in it. Still,
His name was pretty foul,
Why
man.
don't they just admit they're druids too?
still,
He did.
Pretty much has.
I know.
His name was a passing tongue.
still I do understand a small amount of what he said. And I believe this staff will be the key.
Okay.
But I also believe all will be well.
Alright.
Hang on.
So you're about to drop dead.
I was about to say, she's about to cock it. Why will be well?
Nobody ever dies quietly in Barovia.
No.
Oh dear.
Although it's now legal in New South Wales.
Dying.
Dying
Dying
quietly.
quietly.
Okay.
Euthanasia. is
Yeah, I
legal.
know.
You have to get a bunch of forms from the doctor.
So you should.
Exactly.
Well, even with that, places which have the forms have a real way of getting people
What the
to.
hell just happened? I let it all of it finish anyway. Jesus.
Did you shit yourself? What happened?
Fucking sick attacked me.
Yes.
The hell? It made like 10 different noises. God, I'm telling you a creepy enough story as it is without the fucking plumbing attacking me.
No.
Where's the vines coming out of it?
It's nice water though. I just wish it wouldn't yell at me as I was trying to drink it.
No, you can't have water.
No, I'm so afraid to have water.
David, we attempt to have a long rest.
You hit it pretty hard.
I'm going bruise tomorrow. That'll be an interesting. So imagine having to go to the doctor. So how did you break your wrist? To tell me, did you fall? I think I'd have to say that, wouldn't I? Yeah, I fell. Not. I was trying to make a point and I was bashing it.
Oh,
You
right.
have anger issues. No, I was role playing.
No, I was role playing.
Just slightly changed things to say, look, I'm involved in amateur dramatics, and I was banging on a table.
It was a
because my
magnificent
character
performance.
Was
Thanks.
making a performance.
Magnificent performance.
Thank you, John. I do.
At least you didn't take a sword to the face.
True.
What? Who took a sword to the face?
Oh, God, I know.
What, in D&D? Took a literal sword in
No,
the
he
head?
was playing, you know, when the
LARPing.
LARP,
Oh,
you
Jesus.
dress up in armour and you wave swords about at each other.
I thought it was a
I don't know whether...
Aren't they supposed to be?
Jono, I don't know whether I ever told
Some
you
idiot
this,
brought a wooden sword.
but I
They-
do have you to
Yeah,
thank.
I met one.
Alright?
What the fuck?
So,
The
A metal
Dark Age Society
Oh,
uses
God.
one.
What do you
That's
have me
not
to thank
laughing,
for?
That's crazy.
So,
I never said LARPing other people.
when Kylie and I first started, like, and we hadn't even started dating, but we'd started talking and it was heading down that path. And then it was coming up to a role-playing night and we were working out, like, you know, when are we going to, like, have dinner or whatever like that. And it was like Wednesday night. I'm like, oh, I'm out Wednesday night, like, kind of thing. I just, you
You didn't
and I knew
specify.
you guys would,
You didn't
know, so-
specify.
but I didn't specify that. And she's like, oh, so what do you know? So I'm just catching up with some friends.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, okay, what are you doing? And I'm going, oh, we do like games.
Yeah.
And then she goes, what, like poker? And I instantly thought, God, I wish it was poker.
Like a real man.
Cool.
They went up Satan.
You might end up with some money out of it.
You know, even if it's like I have to explain that I gamble for a bit of money, this has got to be better than a story I'm about to say, right? And so, and this is why I go, you know, anyway, you'll understand. So then I go, and I thought, David, you can't just start lying. Like, if you like this girl, like, this is not a good way to start.
That's a
Like,
very
you know?
bad way to start.
And so I went, actually, no, what it's like, we have, like, small, like, we do role-playing, like, miniature warfare things, where I was trying to think, God, don't want to say role-playing, because that might be a completely different sort of... So I went, you know, like, where you have miniatures, and you have them on the table, and you do miniature war... And she goes, oh, miniature wargaming? Oh, Jono does that, I know what that's about. So I was like, oh, thank God, she had a frame of reference to what, and like some of her friends already do that. So I always thought, if I ever met this Jono person, I should thank him for giving her some kind of like,
context.
you know, it's like, that's
Oh,
just
is that
nothing.
kind of weird?
That's
Oh,
something
that's
that's what
alright.
Jono does.
Although she would probably therefore have been expecting you to spend several $1,000s a week on
That's right.
Warhammer miniatures. But anyway.
So anyway,
I
yeah,
would
that's
never do
that's
that.
been easy. Anyway, so where
I
are we up
spend
to?
it on
So
other miniatures.
he's So anyway, he finishes that speech.
And he dies?
No.
Okay, good.
It's just
Okay.
he doesn't look too. He goes and sits back down though, but you could see the breathing has become
Cure wounds won't fix
even.
it, so-
Well, I'm going to give that a go.
What are you gonna do?
I was just going to say, I've got a little bit of a cure wounds.
Okay.
Would it be worth trying?
It's always worth trying.
And since we're going to have a long
believe
rest,
during the last
long
session,
rest anyway.
the drug asked us, do any of us have a divine healing?
Mm.
So yes, I believe cure wounds on a meta level. Cure wounds would be a very good idea.
Okay, cure wounds. Okay, 1d8 plus my spellcasting ability, which is spellcasting ability, sorry.
This is appalling. Why am I the one expected to remember everything when I'm getting old and senile?
5 plus spellcasting ability, wherever the hell I find that.
It's on.
I'm looking at
Okay,
it.
so the
Casting
next-
ability,
Okay,
+6.
plus 6. 5 plus 6, so 11.
He gets 11 points back?
Yep.
Sorry? Yep. Okay, great. No, he's. You hear him breathe a bit better and he's. Thank you.
That's okay.
Since
Now,
I have
take-
COVID,
Now, next time you get into town, get some Ventolin,
like Chris is going
and you
to
probably need a preventer as well.
Eucalyptus oil.
No, eucalyptus oil doesn't have the science to back it up.
Also, it probably doesn't grow in Barovia.
We did it in the Barovian University did a double-blind trial and they found no effect.
No, I think.
English, we do not have medicine. It is decadent bourgeois.
Koalas in good health.
The communist community of crash.
I just love that moment. Thank you.
Well,
Okay.
so in order to speed things along,
Yeah, go.
we'll prepare and have the long rest that Ray suggested.
It's
You
night
don't
time.
necessarily need to be asleep to do that. Some we can just rest and we can just make basic tactical plans.
I'm sleeping.
And yes,
When you're having a long rest, do you automatically get any hit points back or anything like that, or
No,
roll
that's
from
not.
All of them instantaneously, twice over.
Really?
You
You
get
get them all
for
back?
a long rest, you get them all back. Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay,
can-
great.
You can take some short rests
What kind of
to get.
Since
Wussburger game is this? No, D&D got bloody hit point a day left.
1 point a day, yes. Real man stuff.
Stop arguing. Stop arguing. We're going to get gimped by these damn things, okay?
I'm just refreshing my spell slots. That's the thing I want.
In the evening, my face was half cut off. By the morning, I was fine.
Cup of tea and then sleep, and I was all fine.
Oh, the bloody Nintendo generation with bloody magic power-ups.
Okay, all my spells are ready to go.
Back in our day, you had to heal like
Can I just ask?
natural.
Can I just ask you guys? It says spells slots expended. What do I? So I see the slots total. So that means I can.
Yeah,
Do four of those.
I've just been
Yes,
putting
choose
tally
four.
marks in
Choose
mine.
Right, okay, that
four.
makes-
Choose 4 before we get into battle, not during.
Choose 4.
That's just slots. You have to choose 4 that you can cast.
Well, I've only got 3, so that.
Oh, hang on. Shouldn't you have more? If you've got 4 slots, you should have more than 3
no,
spells.
we have been over this before. There's a difference between the number of spells you know, the number of spells you can cast, and the number of slots.
Oh, so you could like cast 2 twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
1 twice, I mean.
Yeah.
And I can cast if I'm out of spell level 1s, I can cast a spell level 3. Or...
For a normal wizard, there's
Sometimes,
I've only got
but
2.
you
For a
need
normal
to check the
wizard's a
specific
spell book.
write-up of the
spells you know,
of the spell.
spells
Some
you
say,
prepare,
some do
and
say
spell
you can
slots,
Yeah,
spells
higher
you've
levels, yeah.
used, and they're kind of all different.
Yeah.
Just a bit tricky.
Yeah, that's why I simplified it.
Let me just check.
I just leave it.
So
I just
cast Cure Wounds at
that
level
many
3.
a day.
and it's-
You know,
then
so
it
you have
becomes
some
pretty
restriction.
awesome.
It's a bit
Yeah,
annoying
yeah.
that you have to
Yeah.
prepare them because it
That's
means
the
you
annoying
can't
part.
be
Yeah.
you can't be spontaneous and go, I need a thing spell that I haven't prepared,
Exactly.
which is kind of limits.
So when you say prepared, what does prepared mean?
Like
What's your
you've
character?
read
You're
those
a
spells
bard.
for
I'm
the
a bard.
day, and
You're a bard. So the spell rules differ for different things. So I don't know what a bard does, but a wizard, you have spells you know in your book. So that's your menu of spells. Spells you've prepared each day, say or each long rest, you prepare that number of spells.
And you can only
use-
use those.
You can only
For
use
that
those,
day.
but then
Yeah.
you can use them according to your spell slots, which are first and second
Yeah.
levels. At level 6, I think.
Potentially, you could use the same one more than once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and potentially you can use first level spells at second level slots and get
Yes.
extra bonuses.
I'm different
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
no, not Pizza's different.
I get 2 spell slots.
At 3rd level, you
But
cast all
I
these
get
spells
a lot
at
of
3rd
cantrips,
level.
but I also get things called invocations, which are like semi-permanently switched on, depending what they are.
It's just a weird warlock thing.
Okay.
It's like my arm and my sword are invocations, and fiendish figures an invocation. I don't need
But-
spell slots for those.
Warlock
So,
so
do we
sounds
actually
to
get
like
our
one of
long
those
rest in?
ridiculous
Does that take us all
character
the way
classes
through the
made
night?
up by some fanboy publishing
Okay, and we
Dragon
wake up.
magazine.
feeling super.
That somehow became
And that's
official.
really only because I just don't
I mean,
feel
I've
It
got
like
does,
running
but I
other
think it's
encounters,
worse
so
than that. I
just,
think it's something that one of the
I
ones
just
that
don't
came
feel
out.
like
Can I
putting in
I do have
additional
limitations.
encounters.
I've got
Really,
6 spells
I
here,
think
but I
we'll
can only
just,
I can
Well,
only
you
use like
can't
2
do
of them because I've only
You
got 2
can't do
slots.
this.
Oh, you've only got 2 slots.
I've only got
Without
2 slots.
putting
So
one
it's
extra.
And plus,
I'm
you
not
know what?
super-
restricted.
I'm not super invincible,
They,
Yeah.
but my
the enemy has an
invocations.
agenda.
That's something you can just.
Can
at
I-
the moment it's
Well,
not
they
you.
have limitations too. But
Can
it's
I ask
usually
a question, a gaming
know.
question?
Go.
They're not slots,
Um,
so I can go.
Okay.
Yeah. Just seems
Not having
unnecessary
used spells an
complexity,
awful lot
you know what I mean?
before.
Like you could have done
Um,
it without
I'd
the
have to
mechanical
find this
with it,
mysterious
rather
tool.
than have special
Would I-
attempts for special
Good luck.
classes.
Would I? Okay, so would a character
They're
like me
I've got
know
these
what
permanently, and I can cast,
weaknesses
depending what it is, I
a
can cast them
druid
every
also
hour.
has?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
are they? Do they have high wisdom? Do they have high intelligence? What-
Yep, that's the one.
And then you've got the cantrip,
Which
which
is
is
I
just
think
with
you're
the
allowed
cells
to know
everywhere.
the rules of the game, and
Yeah.
you're allowed to play appropriately.
The reason I'm asking
So-
is because some of these spells have, must make a wisdom saving throw, and so if it's a creature that you know is likely to have high wisdom, then you wouldn't use that against them.
So you're a druid, aren't you, Dave?
Well, the character I'm playing at the moment is a ranger.
the dead character, yes.
No,
The
no.
character
The,
I'm playing at
the
the
woman he's playing at the moment.
Arena
Your
is a
character.
ranger. My
dead character.
my character that I designed is and is dead is a druid.
Is
Yes.
a druid,
Yes.
yes. And what is your top ability?
My top ability. What do you
Would be
mean? by that?
wisdom.
The one I use for spells.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be wisdom.
well,
Okay, so dissonant wisdom whispers is out.
What if we approach this place all like in morning?
Oh, I see where you're going with this. I didn't know where you were going with this line of questioning, but now I do. Yes.
What if we approach
Well,
this?
Because
I
the druid's kind of
I
like
did, I did technically ask you a question, which is your top ability, and if you had just given me whichever one had your highest score, it would have answered the
which
question.
is pretty much the same
Yeah.
story. Interestingly, Rena's, despite being a ranger, her top ability is charisma, not.
Yeah,
This is really
that
annoying.
actually makes sense from a role playing point.
Pretty
of view.
much all my
Whereas hardly anybody ever maxes
Pretty
out
much
their
all my
charisma unless they're a complete
spells
narcissist. Like
have-
Well,
but
in
I'm
the
pretty
case
sure
of
Those
there's
are
some-
wisdom.
Oh yeah, charisma
That's a
for
good
bard.
point. I need to
Well, I've
check
got high
mine.
charisma, and I'm
although
not-
Thunderwave is Constitution.
Okay, that's good.
Although strength's
Are
my
any
highest
of them
score.
just are any of them set
thought
up
it
so
would
that they
be,
don't
you
have
know,
saves
one of
from
those
the
people.
target, but instead you need to make an
You
attack?
know, high
they are.
charisma.
That
Yes,
might be a better
it
option.
does.
Those
Makes
people
sense.
we never mention.
Mesmerous.
Exactly. Show business people.
Not a mesmeroid, a mesmerer.
Yes.
One who mesmers.
Damn it!
And
I think I've got
not-
one spell that doesn't have a wisdom saving throw.
And that is?
That's well, Cure Wounds doesn't, but I don't think that's what we want. I think one Thunderwave is the main one. That's a Constitution.
Thunderwave.
Mind you, I am thinking that Thunderwave is probably ever going to be a useful one.
Argument.
Thunder!
So purely by comparison, chromatic
Sometimes
I don't think
Orbis
you
spell
take this
doesn't
game
require a
seriously.
save from the victim at all.
When it
I
comes to
make
bard
a
spells, I
ranged attack.
definitely don't take them seriously.
Yeah,
It
they're
sounds like something that
insulting.
that
There's
some
nothing.
guys-
There's nothing serious
guys-
about
guys
insulting
being
people to
dragged
death.
around on Mad Max cars, bouncing up and down, playing electric guitars missing.
I've got to say, I've never seen the movie, but I have seen those bits with the so-called Doof Warrior, and that just looks brilliant.
I don't think Teacher Dave liked it.
What?
You hated it.
No, I hated the remake of.
Yeah, but what I haven't seen the movie, but I'm just saying the Doof Warrior was awesome. The idea of the guy playing electric guitar in battle.
Oh, you're talking about the new Mad Max Fury Road thing. Yeah, some people loved it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I liked it. I enjoyed it while I was watching it, but I don't know.
I was just kind of a bit.
I'm a bit mare about it. to be
Yeah,
honest.
I was a bit meh.
It doesn't look big. It doesn't
I
look good
didn't
enough
hate
that
it,
I
I didn't
actually
love
want to watch the
I
movie.
didn't. Well, it's worth a watch in my opinion.
It's a pop action
It's worth
adventure
a
thing.
watch.
You don't apply logic to it
It's
because
worth a watch.
nothing
It's
makes sense.
spectacular, noisy image fest, but yeah, that's about it. The story is not insulting, but it is quite simple. You know, like it makes sense within its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I just love the original so much that when I tried to watch it, I was like, actually, I'm not enjoying this anywhere near.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't feel to me like a Mad Max film.
Beyond Thunderdome with us?
No, you guys, no, I don't. I did not come with you. I remember you guys all being
Right.
very excited and going. Well,
5:15, we went to see that.
And we
So-
got our show bag with
I remember.
we
I remember when
the
the-
Euro single in it.
Oh god.
I remember when Beyond Thunderdome came out. I was young enough. I was young enough that I really had no friggin' idea what was going on.
So
in that
good.
movie.
I remember
That was the best time. Don't you remember? We watched the movie, then we went and had breakfast. It was fantastic. I loved it.
Oh, what did you? When did you watch it? In the middle of the night?
5:15 in the morning.
Well,
5:15.
They went to
What's wrong with you,
They
Pete?
had 24
The cinema
hour
was
sessions.
open at 5:15.
Yeah, they had 24-hour
we had to
sessions.
get on the train at about 3:30 a.m. or something, or 4
Yeah,
a.m.
it was
Oh,
great.
because were people queuing around the block for
Beyond
No.
Beyond
Thunderdome.
Thunderdome?
It was actually fairly quiet.
Oh yeah, it was quiet.
Well, I would have thought so at
But they
5:15
gave
in
us
the morning.
these free show bags.
Who went? It was you, me, Karen.
Dave Barnes.
It's
Karen
definitely a
Hands.
young people thing to
I
do.
don't think so.
Yeah, I remember. And Michelle. Karen and Michelle
I
went.
don't think the girls didn't.
Yeah.
Grace,
We actually had this
Grace
is one
and
of the
Eric
few
would do
occasions where we
sometimes
had
like
girls.
to go
there.
to weird time movie premieres.
Yeah, I've certainly heard of midnight showings, but 5 in the morning showings.
Yeah,
That
I
seems a
think
bit
it was such a
extreme.
big, release that they
Yeah.
just went straight.
It was like kept going straight through.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine Mike working that shift at the cinema.
Jeez, that would have been. They just open. These days, it's a simpler thing to open more cinemas at more
Exactly.
reasonable times.
Mm.
You know, and you have midnight screenings, and
I was
that's
gonna
it.
say,
People need to go home to bed, Jono.
Pete, since I just suggested we'd go watch Napoleon and you said no, YouTube is peppered with reviews of Napoleon. They're all saying, "What a load of shit!"
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mind
Does that
it.
mean-
Zach and I
Oh,
went to
you've
see
seen
it.
it, haven't
Yeah,
you?
Zach and I went to see it.
Well, there you go.
Does that mean that we
Um,
should go it with rotten fruit and throw at it or something?
Well, you know.
I think it's kind of okay-ish, but not.
Well,
not for someone
everyone.
like me.
I think a lot of people are saying it's basically, it's a pretty bloody bizarre version of Napoleon.
I was thinking about we should watch Desiree instead.
Desiree?
It's a 1950s one, and Marlon Brando plays Napoleon.
Is he clear blue opening his
Is he a
mouth?
bit big
Yeah.
for
Not in the
Napoleon?
1950s. That
Not-
was
not
much
in
later.
1950s.
Talking straight then, he was pretty good.
But see, the thing is,
No, I mean, look,
see,
he's a-
you guys
he's a
might
tall
hate it
bloke.
because you know a lot about Napoleon.
No, I wouldn't say it was
Where-
a tall bloke.
Not
That's
our,
average.
with Zach and I, not our specialty, not our history of like
Yeah.
knowledge and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought
That's basic.
not the Battle of Waterloo, the other big one that they did,
Austerlitz.
Austerlitz.
was awesome.
Well, people say that look, the battle scenes look really great, although they're often ridiculous. But that's nothing new for Ridley Scott. He often has.
But I don't know how
That's pretty much
historically-
default for battle scenes.
I don't know how historically accurate it was.
Well,
Did they try
based
and
on what I
flee
saw in the
across
trailer?
the
It's the
ice?
same
Did
height.
they?
Well, yes,
Yeah.
but it
Which is
wasn't.
still
That
true for
wasn't
Napoleon.
the trap. He didn't set up a trap to break the ice under them.
Oh no, that's what was led on. In the
No,
movie.
that's
Then
not
he
at
said-
all.
But he basically
It just
flushed them in
happened.
that direction.
Not at all. How
Okay.
the battle. He was occupying a position of apparent strength
Weakness.
in a high
Yeah,
high
that was true
position.
in the
Maybe.
movie. Yeah,
No,
was definitely
he was
high.
there first, and he abandoned.
Yeah.
To
Yes, we
lure
played
them,
this.
Yeah.
We played this.
to lure
I
them
thought
into
I
that
had.
high position.
Yes.
And by doing so, he managed to trap them against the river, which was frozen. And when they tried to escape,
You were Napoleon,
and when they tried
and
to
Pete and I
escape,
played.
And
He-
we won.
he
Yeah.
didn't have to break the ice with cannon. The weight of their own army broke the ice.
Oh, okay.
And not everyone sunk under the ice. That's
No,
completely
everybody
right.
It's,
sunk
it's
under
like
the-
like a 10% of the army
But,
get across
you know,
that area.
No,
When-
just about everybody.
When an
It
army
looks
is
really good.
when an army is in utter chaos and everyone's just trying to get the fuck out, all sorts of horrible shit happens. And one example is people who drowned under the ice because they couldn't find any other way to escape, and they didn't.
Yeah, I
successfully
think you'll
escape.
hate it, but we loved it. We thought it was a great.
it's
Like,
certainly-
but then we just watched it as a movie. We weren't watching it going, "Is this historically accurate?" we
Well,
kind of
it's-
just went with the story.
I'm all right. It depends on what it is, but I'm not always a complete. That's not the only reason why I would hate on a film.
I don't think I'd hate it, but
Yeah.
No, but Ridley
It's
Scott has
not-
tried to sell this as history, though.
yeah,
Yeah,
I-
that-
that kind of annoys
Well, you know, like if you're going to tell a made-up story, then why use a historical
I
figure?
wouldn't say it's entirely made up, but it focuses mainly on Napoleon and Josephine.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. It does
Yeah,
focus.
He
mainly
does
on that.
take several liberties.
It makes Napoleon
imagine
look
so.
like a real weirdo. And
Yeah, he
weakling.
very was such a window. Anyway, so we should be continue on because it's now 9:30.
Yes.
Yes.
Which isn't very balanced. Just portrayal of Napoleon. Back to the show.
The next morning, everybody's picked their spells and we've got everything. We're ready
Yes.
to go. And
Yes.
I have picked my 2 spells.
Now, have you
There's
walked
no
here
way
on
we're getting-
foot?
There's no way
Have
we're
you
getting through this.
taken the cart? Is
I don't
Dave's
think we
dead
should
body
take
with you?
the but I
Just
was,
for luck.
I was going to suggest maybe we should turn up pretending to be a funeral procession with our druid, since they're druids.
No, hold me up with sticks and go, hello, I am a fellow druid.
I am a meat puppet.
Have you watched
I want to confer with you in the convivium.
Alright, so hang on. Cart, no
These are
cart.
my attendants.
Stealthily,
Can I say I like
stealthily
the idea of the
approaching.
funeral. I like the idea about the funeral procession.
Are you for realsy pants right now?
Okay, you don't. That's fine.
I think we
I
leave
don't
the
think it
cart
really
aside.
Okay.
I
Alright.
think these guys are psychos. They
Do you
probably
really-
already know who we are.
So what does that mean? Carrick's being left behind at the hut.
Well, what else are we going to do
Leave
with
them
this?
with the brothers.
Now, speaking of the hut,
we will look after you.
is the hut somehow magically protected against the vines? We were attacked by the vines on the way there.
Actually, that's a really good question.
There's no vines growing on the hut.
No,
Don't look a gift vine in the mouth.
no.
Okay.
There's no vines.
I'm just
growing on
wondering if there's some
It's
kind of...
okay, Dave. It's still not impossible,
We've
but I think we'll call that a safe place for now.
we've already established that they're druids themselves, so they probably have something maybe they're not letting on. So
Can I make a roll?
No, because you're dead.
Suss
Remember,
out.
you're
No,
dead in the cart.
Arena
as
is...
a ranger,
Okay.
Arena is a ranger. She
Yeah.
might have some
Yeah.
knowledge of such druidic practices. You know, there might be, I don't know, some sort of protective circle or something. You know what I mean?
like mushrooms.
I have probably religion rolls, the only one I can really think of to roll on. What do you reckon? Do you have anything else?
Nature. If you want to
Then plus
investigate
one
that.
for both.
Okay.
Which
Let's-
is weird for a ranger, but she doesn't actually know much about nature,
what,
apparently.
what can we do?
She lived with the mayor all her life.
Oh wow, she rolled a 4 and had 1, that's 5. She has no idea.
Okay, I'm glad you worked it out for me. Sounds good. All right, so you approach the winery. We're leaving the cart behind. We're leaving Dave behind. He's with the Martikovs.
If only we'd Oracle's cloak.
The road. Okay, can we put our figures? Let's just start at a point of these are you guys. Let's just start in this. This
in
is
the fields
well. This
where
is
the
a,
wine is kept.
this is a
or grown.
vineyard. Yeah.
A vineyard.
All right, let's just be here for a moment. All right.
Isn't it?
What?
The road weaves through the woods until at last opens up upon an unsettling sight. Upon a hill sits a large stone building choked with vines so dark
Which one's your
the
character?
building underneath can barely be seen against the grey sky. The vast vineyards that surround the winery have found no better treatments. The black vines ebb down the hill, invading those green rows.
Now, can we make an accounting? That's Ray's character?
Mm-hmm.
That's P. Who's that? I think
Magic
that
Man
was
Ryan.
That was Carrick Fergus.
So it must be
Arena
Arena.
now.
We're making that Arena.
That's Saxon.
Yeah.
Saxon, who's skulking
Jono.
man, Jono, and that's all right. We have an accounting.
Gumby Conan is always open.
We have an accounting.
Okay,
You can
all right,
move
good.
forward
Oh,
with that.
look, I'm loving it.
Okay, so are we just diving straight in, or are we?
Diving.
Metaphorically
We are
speaking.
approaching. Well, given that there's lots of vines, we can use them as cover.
I have a giant fireball I could launch, but I can only do that once.
I'm inclined.
Not to mention, we probably
what's
want that
going on
when we
over
Oh,
here?
Correction, Pete, you could do that twice. Because it's a third level spell and you can cast
Yeah.
2 third level spells.
Yeah.
I think all of it, basically it's just decoration and
So you're
anything with
okay
a
if I
triangle
just
in it
put
is
both my thoughts
impossible.
for the same thing? Okay.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Is this like clumps of vegetation or
I'll
something?
do
Well,
that.
if only you were closer.
Let's advance. I am the ranger. I will scout ahead. Here I am
Alright.
scouting.
From there, you see like it's a whole lot of it's a fallen tree trunk, but a whole lot of vines have twisted and sort of around some mangled sort of mess.
Prod it, see if it reacts.
Well, I was just thinking about approaching indirectly so that we are not observed, and so I was just thinking about taking cover. But at some point,
We're a
it seemed-
conga line of lunatics going across a clear ground.
well, not really. It's all covered in vines.
Yeah, but once we get out of there,
Yeah, exactly. The problem is that at about, we could take cover there, but we'll
There's a
have to
choke
work our
point.
way around
Yeah.
here, and there's a choke point. At some point, someone will notice our approach. But the closer we can get before being spotted, the better, in my opinion. So, and seeing that the
believe
rest
I
of it
can
appears to be
sneak
covered
around.
by
Okay.
a moat, then I think the only real option.
Do you guys? I can sneak around. Shall I go and have a look?
yeah, have a look.
Alright, so I might.
While Shana's doing that, just
go
ask
to
the
that
games
point just to
master.
see
Alright,
what's going
so
on.
you start to head in that direction. Can you roll stealth roll?
Sneaky weaky.
Sneaky weaky.
First time.
Ouch.
I got 20.
Okay.
Not a natural 20, just 20.
Alright.
Totally.
So you
So for my stealthiness,
Yep.
do I need to also do a use perception or investigation to check things in?
Yeah,
See
you
what I
do,
say?
but because so we can sort of keep pace with everybody, move like 30 feet from where you were. So each one of those squares is 5, and then just
Oh,
pause.
6.
Oh, 5, 6, yep.
Yeah,
Six
you can't
fives are
just
33.
zoom around the map. at
Yeah.
all.
Alright.
So we'll give everybody else a chance to do as you're like heading
Yeah,
off.
well-
I guess I'm also looking for traps or anything.
Hmm. I was planning on taking cover behind the nearest log to start with and trying to observe from there. So in other words, just there.
The rest of us hang back.
Assuming I don't get eaten by vines.
Okay, do you want to move to where you want to be?
Yeah. Like there, where I can observe.
Okay.
I'm
see-
also going to take cover somewhere because I'm a dwarf.
Okay,
It's
well, we'll
fairly
say
easy.
you've moved, so also through this sort of area here, it's kind of like difficult terrain.
I reckon they already know we're coming.
Well, look, if it's actually a vineyard choked in vines, then there's actually quite a lot of cover here.
Yeah, but if they control the vines and the vines report back to them, they already know we're
Yeah,
coming.
if vines consensus, yes, sure.
Sensitive vine.
Yeah. In which case we should just go la 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 la. Here
I
we
know,
come to
I
your
know,
deaths.
I
La
know.
la 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 la. Fill me full of bolts.
I would think
Boom, 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 boom.
my character and I would suggest the others should as well. Will move up to where Arena is, so that we're all more or less in the same
We
place.
cover ourselves with
having
pitch
cover,
and set
taking
fire
cover.
to it. The vines
Simply
will
so
not get
that-
a hold upon our
Yeah.
person.
If something
To
bad
the-
happens, we don't
good
have
plan.
people flanking us from the rear or behind, and we're all together and we can take a defensive stance.
Sounds good to me.
We need
Okay,
more
so will you
Holocaust
move our
cloaks for that
characters
one.
up to where Arena is, please?
Holocaust.
All of them?
You
all
know,
of
for
them.
the Princess Bride. That's what Andre the Giant wears when
The
they.
Holocaust cloak?
Yeah, that's what it's
Yes,
called.
Holocaust cloak.
That's why it's on fire and everything. I am here.
I am
but
the
soon
dread pirate Wobble.
You will not be here. And he's all the fires coming out at me. It's called a Holocaust cloak.
Why is it called a Holocaust?
Because it catches the light and doesn't burn its wearer.
Oh my god, I have no idea.
Okay, so
Alright.
what is
The
there?
Princess Bride.
No, I don't
I
remember
have,
that.
but I genuinely
remember
don't
that
believe.
in there.
Don't
That's not
remember
in
that.
there.
If
Sorry.
only we have a wheelbarrow and a Holocaust cloak. We have a wheelbarrow. It's over the dwarf. I have a Holocaust cloak. It fit me so well, Max said I could keep it.
Okay.
It's a beautiful moment because it's so
Okay.
ridiculous.
Because I mean, it's a reference to the original biblical reference. Because of course, every time I hear Holocaust, I think of something very particular, as opposed to.
Oh, you think it's a Jewish Holocaust cloak?
Yeah. Well, what else am I gonna think?
Holocaust can apply to other things.
Interesting. I don't
Google
think-
Holocaust. What do I get? The Holocaust was the genocide of the European Jews.
There are other types of Holocaust.
Can we play, please?
No,
Game?
we're apparently talking about a Holocaust.
Okay,
cloak.
sorry.
No, we are
Alright,
not.
I
We're,
didn't
we're,
start.
we're gaming.
Okay, you can move further around if you.
Should I
if
roll
you
it
wish.
in?
You can't see anything from there, but oh no, you're
Or to
stealth. You can
investigate,
keep
or to look for traps, or to move stealthily.
You can keep your stealth roll.
What sort of traps would druids have?
Well, I'm thinking more like
Pitfalls.
things that look like. Well, I guess I'm kind of looking for if the vines aren't doing
The
anything.
vines are
that
gonna
suggests
eat
to
us
me that they are
alive.
paying attention.
Are you stealthing up there?
Yeah, just checking out what's going on. There's
All
not
right.
really any windows, is there? There's only
There's
the,
kind of
Actually, the windows that you can see seem to have been boarded up, for want of a better word.
Well, that's
I
exciting.
can't really see anything.
No, you can't really see inside them. Yeah.
and also we can't see any way in other than the most
If we
obvious
rush,
way.
if we rush the
imaginable.
gate, it'll take us 3 turns to get there.
And assuming these gate, I mean that's the drawbridge. There's the gate. If it's closed, what do we do?
Maybe you should have made an impromptu battery.
Because we'll be a bit stuck at that point. Do you have a petard handy?
No,
He might have. What has he got?
I don't have a petard. Wait, that's a gunpowder weapon. Where am I going to get that from?
You have a
D&D?
petard.
Kaboom.
You need a petard.
You are
So
a
you can be
petard.
you can be hoisted on it.
Yeah, that's my immediate thought as
I
well.
suggest we attack the main gate.
Hang on, does somebody have a knock spell or something or whatever it's called?
Actually, I've got mage hand.
Is this really
That will definitely
expressing
not
what's
do
going
enough
on?
damage.
Like, is there
No,
really
no,
a
but I can
wall
knock
that's
on a door.
Really,
Well, yeah.
Hole
I mean,
wall,
we could do
yeah.
that without actually
no, it's
standing.
more of a window on that side.
Still
So I
so.
didn't have an exact map.
So it has got a moat,
Yes.
and that's the only entrance.
Yep.
The moat is
Where's my spells?
10 foot.
Did open another
Yeah.
door with it, though.
Doesn't look very deep though. Like a lot of the water looks like it's been sucked out of it.
Oh, we could cross the moat, but then where do we go? Climb up the wall?
So I can't. So far, I've not seen anything through
No,
the water.
nothing
seems to be
There's no
visible.
light inside.
No, it seems fairly dim inside. Are you going to continue further on? Because
How
I'll
many
give you a chance.
stories is it?
Just
high?
one. Just one story.
But what kind of
Sorry,
is it? A
Ray, can I have
gabled
the-
roof or a
Oh,
flat roof?
David, can you hand me the rules?
It is.
I want to check out one of my abilities.
It's not in your doody doo. It's not
What's
there
the
on your
ability?
bum.
Oh, it's True Strike.
So that.
Okay.
So yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like a
right here.
farmhouse, sort of a stone make.
You might
Yeah.
read the description anyway.
Okay, it's not what I thought it was. Yep, that's okay. I thought it might be sort of related. But
So
no, it's
the-
a doobie.
So we mustn't think of it as like castle walls with flat bit in the middle. It is actually a
Like a
house.
big farmhouse sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Do you think it's worth me swinging across, climbing up, and seeing if I can see through one
If
of
it's
these
just a
windows?
farmhouse,
Yeah,
we
do it.
could probably barge our way in the door anyway, you know, just shoulder the thing out the way.
True.
The door.
Yeah.
We don't even know.
You know,
We-
police style.
We haven't been able to get into it, see what's going on there, but yeah, it seems. Why would they leave the door open? But anyway, we can.
I have no problem with you guys doing this and me trying to get in the back entrance to try and flank.
Yeah, yeah.
something.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Let's do it.
But I have no real magical skills, so if they're
I've
inside
just-
magicking things up, I might.
You might
It's
die.
just-
Since we're thinking of magic, I just thought of something which I'm wondering is this is this a resource we could use? I've got Leomund's tiny hut. The thought is so basically what that means is we create a dome which we can go through but they can't. Is that a useful thing at all? Like
I don't understand what
He speaks the truth. Yeah, you have to be invited into this dome to go in.
Can we shoot out of the
Are you saying
dome?
like a
Yes,
Roman,
yes, you can shoot out of it. You
Roman
can
turtle? You want to make a Roman turtle to get to
think
No, it can't be moved. Well, I think
It can't be. So we have to get into there and then cast it.
what I was thinking is we stand at the doorway. That would mean that we can.
But then all they have to do is move to some spot we can't see them, and we're stuck. We'd be better getting into the middle of the room and then
Check
casting.
something. I think the cast time for Leoman's, Tiny Hut, my mistake,
20.
is quite long.
Basically, it
Oh,
goes.
no, casting time is 1 minute.
It stays there until I move away.
We need to get into the,
That
into
would-
the place.
That
before
would
we
require
cast.
you to actually stay in one place
Yeah.
and not be able to move in. Now, if we were expecting to be chased out, which is kind of completely against the point of this exercise, then you holding the exit open would make sense. But under the circumstances, no.
No,
So that's something we do later, possibly.
yeah. Once we're like in the middle here,
So- Can
where
I
they
see
can't
this
run away
side
and
of it
hide
looking
somewhere,
at it?
then we
Yeah.
cast it.
Does it look like
Well,
there's
if
any
necessary,
point on
I think being
the
mobile
wall
and causing mayhem
that I
would be
could
a better
like
idea.
jiggy
But yeah.
something off or get in somehow?
Yeah.
Given that I
And
have to climb up and then
Yep.
You
jig
could
it
even
off.
You
climb
can-
up under the roof and try and get up through there somewhere.
You can see that second slit that's kind of there, in there. That actually doesn't look like that window there doesn't look as well boarded up as the last one that you saw that was closest to you.
Urban, what type of armour are you wearing?
Studded leather.
Oh, okay. You're good.
For silently moving.
Well, I was thinking more in terms of getting through the water.
Oh, sinking.
If it's not that deep, so I'm assuming I can walk across it.
Wade through it.
You could wade through
It's
it.
a trap.
Oh, it'll be like that scene from what is Seeds of Death or what it is, where the guy gets sucked in by the weeds. Scobie, what is his name?
Have you broken your own?
No. Yes.
Why? Why do you keep breaking my miniature?
Fell off.
His what fell off?
His
Oh, well, now you don't have a shield.
Now,
Oh,
I'm
Conan
not
is
quite
shieldless.
armless.
Don't worry, the
I've still got one arm
the
left.
sword blade will be next. He's broken that on numerous occasions.
No.
So you think that window that you're standing opposite now, almost?
Why do you
I
think
think
our
if you're a little bit
vision
further
is
to your right, can you point at it so we can know we're talking about the same point? Yeah, there we go. You think that could be broken quite easily?
Right. So I've just moved my 6
Yeah.
squares to get there.
Okay.
So can you guys? Yes, if
so-
you're looking for me, you can
You've
see
made
me.
some-
I'm being stealthy.
You've made
you
some
can't
sort
see
of-
me anymore. I've become invisible.
Or you're screaming your head off.
You've communicated with us by hand signals or something.
No.
So we should
hand
move
signals.
off.
I reckon we should all do a frontal attack while the thief sneaks in from
I
the
think
side.
that's the plan that's already been suggested and agreed to. So we start moving across towards the door.
Okay.
That's it. As we approach, we take
I now
a
have a
good
stylish
look
hat.
to
It looks
see.
like Genghis Khan.
Oh, do you know
Can
what
you
I was
guys
looking-
focus for like 2 minutes?
Okay, so where are you going? Okay, well, stop before you get there. Don't go that far.
No,
Don't go
Because
that
we have
far.
to move 6 at a time.
Alright.
It'll take us 3 turns to get
As
there.
we're going there,
So
be
put
perceptive.
yourself like level with the pond, for want of a better word. There. Let's say you get there.
Yeah.
All right. So
What
as
do you
reach
see?
there.
Hi-ho.
So looking at the well that's in front of you.
Yep.
Okay.
That
Tentacle
well.
monster.
From this well pulses a nest of snake-like vines, inching forward from deep below ground.
They're always tentacle
The
monsters.
sight is sickening. The black vines that choke the winery have clearly originated from this recess.
It's Jeremy.
As you
From a
approach the vines, hey,
Who
From
has
a
a
well.
fire spell?
yeah, this is a well that's in front
I
of
have a fire spell. I can nuke it from orbit.
you. All right.
Moonbeam.
Rods of God.
I do 8d6 damage.
God, if
Hang on,
only,
let him
if
answer.
only I could
Let
just
the
keep
man
reading
talk.
the flavor text
Sorry.
without getting random shit yelled at me. Okay. The black vines that choke the winery have clearly originated from this recess. As you approach, the vines pause, as if caught in an embarrassing act, like a child reaching into a sweet jar or an animal that suddenly detects a predator. After several moments of stillness and silence, the vines began to inch forward again, their troubles forgotten, and they're inching forward to
So
continue to
why-
cover the winery.
Why does going to the well? So no, they're coming out of the well.
It's a source of water.
Why are they embarrassed about being caught going towards the winery?
I think there's kind
I
of
think that was a
detected
similar-
I don't think it should be taken literally. They pause probably because they detected potential enemies.
But then they ignored us.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't you just go that way around?
Yeah.
Right part.
Yeah,
in front of the-
I would like to try to avoid the
Or
well
even
if possible.
over the
Yeah.
The party would like to avoid the creepy well.
Oh, you specifically say that, so now you're all in the well.
Well, let's just examine our potential tactics. If this
Jack
is
Jeremy
indeed the
back.
source of the vines, perhaps while the rest of us storm the front gate, Count Ludwig nukes the well from orbit.
Okay.
Well,
I
depends
can
on
only-
what you can do.
Well,
What's this spell you've
it's a
got?
fireball.
I didn't ask how big the room was. I
I
asked.
said
I
I
said,
8d6.
cast fireball.
If the vines
Yep.
are a threat to us,
8d6.
if the
I
vines
hope
are
they
a
never
threat
did
to
this
us,
well again.
if the vines are a threat to us, then we should do this. But if they're ignoring us, then we should probably not announce
Just sneak
our
past
presence.
them. Yeah.
Yes, this
Okay.
is the
Fireball.
choice.
Fireball.
The GM is telling us to cast Fireball. That's an interesting.
Okay, who
Yeah.
has the highest wisdom? Make a wisdom check to see whether or not this is a good idea.
You look
Oh, I think
confused.
we've already got our wisdom check. The DM's telling us to fireball, so
Yeah, but he often
So we should do
encourages
the opposite.
He often encourages to kill ourselves.
Yes, it's just David Strahd.
Yeah.
All right, Pete. You're trying to decide whether you should cast Fireball
Well,
or
I'm
this
waiting for
perception
the rest
check.
of the group to tell me.
Perception
what to do.
check.
Perception check,
Okay.
Pete. No, let Pete
Check,
take it.
only
Perception
Pete.
check. He's thinking, do I cast Fireball on this or not?
Where's my character
Well,
sheet?
it's full of flammable.
Which one?
The rest
Well, then at
are-
least you get a
the rest are
Fireball.
on the table. Okay, come on.
Yeah,
It's
use that if you
skills.
want. Do you need?
Yeah, I found it. I just can't read the mod.
Well, you're reading my character sheet.
No wonder.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
That would be why
Oh,
you
this
can't.
is a lot better. It's plus 5.
Fine, roll.
Hang on.
18 plus
23.
5 is
23.
23.
The DM's trying to goad you into wasting a spell.
Excellent.
Okay, righto.
Dave was right.
Oh, that was nice. Okay, well played.
You defeated him, Dave.
Yeah, Dave, you spoil all my fun.
I'll never forgive you for that monkey.
Actually, you know what? I now honestly believe you won't.
No,
Nummies.
That's pretty damn
don't
funny.
trust a
though.
damn thing you say after that.
nummies?
What happened with the
I'm
monkey?
gonna give you
Oh,
some
no.
nummies.
No, we're not going to go
Around
into
the
that.
well
Oh,
and
God.
up to the entry.
can we
I
move
could
again,
really
please?
move.
Yes, please move again.
He says he's talking like it's like an ordinary monkey, and then he shows us a picture of it after it's grabbed David. It looks like monkey. It looks like Frankenstein with a freaking chimp.
Chimpanstone?
Basically,
it's
yeah.
total bait and switch, man. Total bait and switch.
You know, Dave.
Satan's orangutan. That's what it was.
Dave, eventually we're going to get
No,
past
it's just
this.
a
So
monkey.
So far,
we might be both very old.
I'm just
so
looking
far,
at us.
What we've achieved tonight is to be able to
It
walk
was a-
a
it
few
was a strangler
squares
act.
across
Yeah,
a
right.
field.
It's been an
We're nearly
awesome
there.
session.
Do we
I've
see
loved it.
anything? Do we
Should I
anything
go
new?
across the water?
Yeah, okay. Let's give Urban a turn.
Yes, let's give Urban a turn.
You did
Alright,
it
you
without-
left.
Do you want me to do another stealth roll for this?
But this will be the end of your stealth because you're at the building now. What would you like to do?
We'll climb up to the window.
No, you can. No, the
Oh, I can
windows
actually
are ground.
see
Yeah,
them.
you can just.
All right.
You don't need to climb up to it.
So,
This one's a ground,
I
pretty
would
much.
like
just ground level.
to try to jimmy off a board so that I can at least look inside. I want to try to do this stealthily, but obviously it is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oil the nails.
Oil the nails.
I think it's that
Strength
ready.
check.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to need to jimmy off a
Well,
board.
I've got my crowbar, so
I'm just incredible.
Okay, well then you can roll with advantage if you've got a crowbar.
So, I got-
Maybe you should, if you can have a conversation with me, maybe you should.
15.
Roll
Yeah.
it again.
But then I'll be
Yeah,
saying,
you get
what
to roll with
happened?
advantage because you got a
And he'll
crowbar.
say, oh, if you freaking paid attention.
my ball. Oh no.
No, don't worry.
That
You
was
can
a
still
bad
get
one.
your 15.
Oh no,
Okay.
he's lost all
Alright.
his BBs.
Yes, the board comes loose.
Oh, so not a thief or
It comes
a
loose.
rogue?
Can I look through the
Look through. All right.
I think we call it rogue because thief
we
is like
looking.
confrontation
More
rogue.
important information coming.
What can you see?
We have a mental telepathy.
Psychic group chat.
A hive mind.
The count starts wavering.
Gumby is a very sexy man.
Oh no! This is the worst
I must
possible
obey
outcome.
him.
All right. So looking in there,
Hey,
You
your
can
character's
see-
a woman.
as you look in
Oh,
Urban,
thank God for that.
you can see that there are wine bottles sort of around there. There are tools lying about. There's a wooden rack full of freshly blown glass bottles on the wall that's directly opposite. You can see that there's a place for a fire, but it's not lit. And there are some barrels and stuff around
Do
in
not
that room.
knock over the
So it's like
glass.
it's a place where they make the bottles to put the wine in.
But it's a sealed room from
Yeah.
what I can see.
Yes.
And there's no one in it.
No, you can't see anyone in there.
Punning.
Alright.
So it kind of looks like
Wonder
it
what
did
those
the moment that
purples-
they left.
Purple
Yeah.
circles are. We'll find out.
They're
I'm
miniature
sure.
black holes.
Can I see the purple circle?
No, because do you see how there's a door?
Yeah,
there?
yeah,
Yeah,
kind of.
opposite. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not looking this room now. I'm looking to this room.
Yeah, because they're actually round the corner.
Is that or is that
Oh no, it shows into that other room.
this,
Is it?
this
No,
one?
no, the other one. There.
So I'm kind
Yeah,
of here.
yeah, you're kind of there.
Alright.
Because
It's
there's no
showing into
window
that part
there.
there. Well, that's kind of where the window is, so
Okay.
to speak. That's the window he's looking through.
And do I need to do a perception roll or anything to see if there's anything sneaky or weird going on in this room?
Sure, you can do that.
in hundreds.
Was that really a
16.
roll?
Yeah, it works.
There's a little
We're
red ball
like
through
that,
it.
Sure.
Yes.
No, you can't see anything in that room other than the things I've already described to you.
Alright, then I might sneak through the space I've made.
No, dexterity roll to get in.
Boing. So I'm using
Can you use athletics as well? If that's got a
acrobatics to
better.
get through.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I'm 19.
Yeah, you're in.
Oh,
Alright. So, do you want to keep going otherwise? Or
Yeah.
keep going
Sure.
with me?
There you go.
Move us forward 6.
Oh, we're moving towards the gate.
You're going towards the main door, so to speak.
Who's going up front? Who's this beefy chap?
that's Ray, isn't it?
Yes.
Are you a
Yeah.
beefy chap, Ray?
Yeah.
One is diagonals. One,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get that far.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Just pause for a
But everybody comes behind me.
Yeah. Who else is going up front?
Well, I should go next, I think.
Well, see how far you can get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're almost as far. Maybe we'll just back off a bit so we keep together.
Is the door closed?
I don't know,
Yes.
We'll find out in a minute.
Yeah. So as
Oh, that's Liana. She's powerful. She can
Yeah.
fight up front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She can go there.
We can't lose her. She's like our major plot point.
Oh.
You
You
said
wanted
Maria.
another of David's characters.
No,
Otherwise, all of them are going to be in this imaginary.
Oh, look, we all managed to get there.
He'll
in
be
one
Conquer
go.
Live.
Oh,
He'll be
there's
his
no
latest
boy
character will be
who
this
just
NPC,
take a
and there'll be like
partial
6 others all
action
piled
to
up in
make
the
it
car.
Reminds me, the body
Well,
is
if the
still in
door's
cart,
closed-
isn't it?
Hmm?
The body's in the cart. With the
If we hadn't been able to
Can't
take a
did we tell them
take
to
a dash
take
action just to go
Yeah,
laugh
yeah,
up
they
and
said
for
they'd
that.
look after him.
Okay.
But as you say, we didn't need to. Yeah.
Please, we have this dead
Do
body.
not
we'd
remove
like-
the ice from this box.
Okay. We're going
Just
to
a
bust
tiny
down the
bit.
door with our massive shoulders of door bashing downness.
Quick, put some
Okay.
dirt in there. They'll never know the difference.
Because remember, that was our move action. We've still got an action.
all right, you're going to attempt to just
From
bash in the
his
door.
ashes, we will.
Can I ask a dumb question here?
Who's doing
Should
the
we
bashing?
try and open the door?
Let's try
first?
opening the door.
Okay.
Okay, the door
Buddy,
seems to be
it's a
blocked
mud
by
person.
something.
Okay.
It's going to take more than just opening. You can feel that there's something behind it.
Okay, that's a start.
Bye.
Probably a whole bunch of vines.
Arguably,
Give me
yes.
some moisture. I'm falling apart.
Okay, so in that regard,
We'll do
do
a
the,
good old revo on the door.
BB boys and girls wish to do bashing down.
So Air 4 Wine and Arena,
Mm-hmm.
could have a crack at it. What do you reckon, Air 4 Wine?
The rules for strength rolls are one lead character.
Yeah, one character does the bashing, the other can assist.
Okay, who has
So
the
I have
highest?
+3 strength. What do you have for 1?
3.
Oh, well,
So-
it could be either of us.
So basically,
If that
you
doesn't-
get,
If that doesn't work, I can thunder wave it.
is it a +2 or something? One character gets when another's assisting, or something. What's assist?
I thought it was half the mob rounded down, or is it rounded up? Something like
Let
that.
me just see. Can't find it. I'm not going to be able to find it.
It says to be rounded up though.
I don't know if it's in the player's handbook.
Assistance.
Yeah, assistance. That's what I'm looking for.
Assistance.
Spells, action surge, no.
Juice me.
somehow very funny.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll just add
It's the
the
Darwin
mod-
Award
um,
thing.
Okay, so
we're playing
who's doing the
with
bashing?
defibrillator.
Which two characters are doing the bashing?
Go for lines.
And
Main
Marina.
bashing.
And since they're both +3,
She
it
says,
doesn't
"Oh,
matter.
juice me," and the other
Okay.
guy bloody
Just roll with advantage then.
totally gives him a nuke of the
The
defib.
instructor had to come to revive the guy, made the other guy right. I will.
Yep, you feel it give way a bit. The doors do push in, and then as it sort of opens a bit, and you can see that all these vines are basically almost like this barbed wire kind of thing wrapped around and around.
Like it's
doors.
designed that way.
Yeah, but you have broken through some of them. You reckon if you can hit it again, you might be able to just get through. But it's made a hell of a cracking sort of sound as well as you're going
It
in.
doesn't matter if you use
What's the element of surprise?
What does Thunderwave
Well,
do?
we've also distracted them from you.
Thunderwave is a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw. So you guys would want to get out of the way first.
Hang on, what's the radius of this?
15-foot cube.
Oh, a cube in front
It's
of
the
you.
origin.
Okay,
Me.
Yeah, but it's in front of you.
Yes.
so that's a 180.
Yep.
Do we need that now? It might be more useful during combat or something.
Well, I'm wondering about that, but I'm thinking
Which
if we couldn't open the door.
Let's try
Well,
pushing on it some
I
more.
think we get another bash at it.
Yeah.
we should save our nuclear bombs for when we have an actual target.
Yes.
Yeah.
What kind of craziness is that?
Here we go. Go again. Is that right, David?
Yeah, if you can go again.
Do it!
19.
Oh yeah!
It breaks open the doors.
And we
are
tumble
now
through.
Open. You see before you. Let's see.
Ding
imagine
dong,
we
press
hundreds
eviction to be
And
here.
hundreds of
I imagine we are. I'm just moving everyone up. I imagine.
Only
You're
this-
touching everybody's character. That's okay.
Mick, we are mighty wizards. I'll just squish it with my foot.
Do not look behind the curtain.
Ah, big meanies. We're just running around squishing midgets.
Where are the midgets that we're squishing?
They're the
It's
druids.
always midgets for Peter.
He said
I did actually. I was actually the one that said they're all that tall.
There's murdering midgets. It always ends up with murdering midgets.
we're going to murder them no matter what size they are. Why do
Yes,
you care if they're midgets?
But you'll take a particular pleasure if they're midgets.
This is disturbing.
It is. But he's so right.
Okay.
It's because of that phase in Star Wars where you kept sending us to the planets of the
The midget people.
Everywhere we went.
Midget people.
They were all some of them were bird midgets, but they were all midgets.
Alright.
Culminating at the planet of the midgets who all went
Okay, let Strahd.
Those bims.
Exactly.
Let the man talk.
Gaming.
Alright, so a couple of things you notice. First of all, that these, and I don't have vines, so I thought, right, rats would do really, because rats would scare you more than vines anyway.
That's true.
There's all these vines all the way around
I
in
can
this
imagine
room.
their vines.
With black on black, they just look like cockroaches.
True. Just put these around.
Might be time for a thunderwave.
Alright.
We need to spread out and give you room though.
Yep.
What are the puddles?
Okay. Good
I think
question.
they look more like tree stumps to me.
No, they're not. Well, as I said, I didn't have the exact figure. So what they're supposed to represent are kind of barrels that have like a light purpley mixture. So they're like grapes that have been squashed
Oh,
down. And
mash,
more
maybe.
grapes, yes. A mash.
Mash.
Lord
Like,
of the
you do
If
mash.
only you could find the master of the mash, maybe.
If only we could find the master of the match,
Yeah, so
from which we could learn his secrets.
some of which, like, there are still, like, it's just some have been partly mashed down, and then some are just like grapes sitting in
Awaiting mash.
yeah, awaiting
Lord of the mash
mashing.
gathers
The
all
only other
liquors to
thing-
him.
As you notice, as you've gone in, that there is this incredible sort of scent of what could be described as something like, I don't know, depends what your perception tells
Alcohol?
you to go.
Fumes?
Not what you expect to smell in a winery, though. You would thought.
I got a total of 22, so
Yes.
I think I might be alright.
16 plus what?
He's got 7.
Is it the essence of international roast?
That'd be a real horror story for you, wouldn't it?
Total.
Yes. International roast, and then you hear this tinkle, tinkle.
Tinkle, 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 tinkle.
Split.
No, 16 and above.
17, yes.
Yep, 16 and above. You kind of get these aromas of sort of garlic, lemon, and rot. Sort of
Garlic.
all mixed
Garlic, lemon, and rot.
together, yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
If it was crustaceans, it'd cover all our phobias.
Can we use it to flavour our food?
Only yours.
It's like garlic infused fish sauce.
Wow.
Garlic, lemon, and rot.
Garlic, lemon, and rot.
Garlic, lemon, and rot.
Garlic, lemon, garlic,
Stop.
lemon,
Alright,
garlic, lemon,
let's-
and rot.
Let's
Yeah,
split.
timetable.
Let's split. So, are these vines taking us?
Yes, we are going to have to roll.
I was
for
just wondering if we could,
initiative.
if we who are at the front could move off to the side so that the amazing Elris can just
Where is
blast away
the
the blasting
amazing
us
Elris
down the
appears to be
centre
in
of
the
town.
back of the group.
The,
Yeah,
yes. The question is now 10:05.
yeah, we're not starting a fight now.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
sorry.
you want to live? I know it won't be until the 24th of January when I can return, but maybe.
Yeah, well,
I think we should start there. We'll be fresh. To be honest, I have to get home and probably upload a couple of files to
Yeah.
my hopefully functioning internet before tomorrow morning.
Have they said it to return?
No.
we can just leave this like this.
It's for a
That's,
whole
that,
month.
that's a nice feature.
At 7 o'clock, Internode said that
But Pete, it's not till the 24th of
NBN
January. Are you sure to
company-
Well, I'm
just
not going
leave
to be
it?
using the table for
You
anything
sure?
else.
Well, I suppose you can always pack it up and then move it back to where it is if
you
you're
can always just
Are you
take a
sure?
photo of it.
I've got no reason to pack it up.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to leave it here. I know you're not going to. Yeah, well.
You're not going to
I
nick
know,
it.
it's in like a month,
I just
like
didn't-
2 months. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to disturb you. I like.
So
I'm
we're
happy to pack it up.
We're
and
not
put
going
it-
to see you
put
till
it back.
after Christmas
Okay.
now.
No, sorry, mate.
Oh, Merry Christmas, mate.
Unless you
Snack
guys,
time.
so
See me
hang on,
after
are you
Christmas.
guys going to come here and do board games? Do you want it packed up?
Oh, we can always do that at my place.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't, we
All right.
don't
Well,
need a huge-
happy to leave it.
Yeah. So
Well,
I
Ray's
was
place, he
thinking,
feels like
Pegasus
doing one
been
of
just
his
set to go
Christmas
though before
barbecue
you
times.
come back. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It turns out I'm not
Sorry,
going
it
to
would've
be
been
going up
earlier
home,
this
year.
so I'll actually be able
There
to
might
attend
be.
one of those Christmas
I'll
barbecues.
turn
Well, we
this-
could do a
I'll turn
Christmas
this on.
Christmas pizza.
Yeah, it works.
I might have it Saturday, but we could do that.
Could do that.
If Dave's willing.
well,